The upcoming 2012-2013 school year is going to bring many new changes to federal student aid programs. We at the ETSU Office of Financial Aid would like to inform you of these upcoming changes. Eligibility of students without a high school diploma. If you are enrolling in higher education for the first time on or after July 1st, 2012, in order to be eligible for federal student aid, you must either have a high school diploma or a recognized equivalent, such as a General Educational Development Certificate or GED, or have been homeschooled. You will no longer have the option of becoming eligible for federal student aid by passing an approved test or completing at least 6 credit hours or 225 clock hours of post-secondary education. Expected family contribution. The lower a student's expected family contribution, or EFC, the higher the student's federal student aid eligibility. A change has been made to the income amount that is used to determine if a student qualifies for an automatic EFC of 0. When you complete the free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, at www.fafsa.gov, you receive an expected family contribution, which is a number used to determine your federal student aid eligibility. For the 2012-13 school year, you will automatically qualify for an expected family contribution of 0 if your family income does not exceed $23,000. This is a reduction from the previous maximum income of $32,000. Verification requirements. Once you complete a FAFSA and it is processed by the Department of Education, you may be selected by the federal processor at random for the verification process. If you are selected for the verification process, regulations now require you to submit a signed federal tax return transcript, not a copy of the federal tax return, to the ETSU Office of Financial Aid, or if eligible, you may opt to use the new IRS data retrieval feature on the FAFSA to automatically retrieve your income data from your federal tax return. If you are selected for the verification process and Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, or SNAP, formerly known as food stamps, is required to be reported on your FAFSA as being received for 2010 or 2011, you will need to turn in a Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, or SNAP, formerly known as food stamps, self-certification form, or further documentation to the ETSU Office of Financial Aid. The self-certification form can be found on our website under the 2012-2013 Verification Forms page. If you complete the FAFSA on the web, it will determine if you are required to report the SNAP benefits on the FAFSA. If the FAFSA does not require you to report SNAP benefits, you will not have to verify receipt of SNAP or food stamps to the ETSU Office of Financial Aid. Federal Pell Grant Program duration of eligibility. Once you have received a Pell Grant for 12 full-time semesters or the equivalent, you will no longer be eligible for additional Pell Grants beginning in the 2012-13 school year. Equivalency is calculated by adding together the percentage of your Pell eligibility that you received each year to determine whether the total amount exceeds 600%. For example, if your maximum Pell Grant award amount for the 2010-11 school year was $5,550, but you only received $2,775 because you were only enrolled for one full-time semester, you would have used 50% of your maximum award for that year. If in the following school year you were enrolled only 3/4 time for 2 semesters, you would have used 75% of your maximum award for that year. Together, you would have received 125% of the total 600% lifetime limit. Students can review both their federal loan and Pell Grant history on the National Student Loan Data System for Students at www.nslds.ed.gov. Graduate and professional students are no longer eligible to receive subsidized loans. Effective for loans made for payment periods that begin on or after July 1st, 2012, graduate and professional students are no longer eligible to receive subsidized loans. However, if you are a graduate or professional student, you may still qualify for up to $20,500 in unsubsidized loans each year. Direct student loan changes. Direct subsidized loans will not be eligible for an interest subsidy during the 6-month grace period. Subsidized loans are loans for which the borrower is not responsible for the interest while the student is enrolled in college on at least a half-time basis, when the loan is in the 6-month grace period after the student is no longer enrolled at least half-time, or if the loan is in a deferment status. This provision eliminates the interest subsidy provided during the 6-month grace period for subsidized loans for which the first disbursement is made on or after July 1, 2012 and before July 1, 2014. If you receive a subsidized loan during this time frame, you will be responsible for the interest that accrues while your loan is in the grace period. You do not have to make payments during the grace period unless you choose to, but the interest will be added or capitalized to the principal amount of your loan when the grace period ends. This provision does not eliminate the interest subsidy while the borrower is in school or during eligible times of deferment. All subsidized loans made to undergraduate students will have a fixed interest rate of 6.8%. Subsidized loans for which the first disbursement is on or after July 1, 2012 will have a 6.8% fixed interest rate. Note, in the President's fiscal year 2013 budget request, the administration has proposed maintaining the interest rate on subsidized loans at the current rate of 3.4% for the 2012-13 school year. As of May 1, 2012, this new legislation was still pending and could keep the interest rate for subsidized loans at 3.4% for this one additional year. The U.S. Department of Education can no longer offer borrowers repayment incentives. Effective for loans first disbursed on or after July 1, 2012, the Department of Education is prohibited from offering any repayment incentives to direct loan borrowers, except interest rate reductions to borrowers who agree to have payments automatically electronically debited from their bank account. If you have any questions, please contact us. We can be reached by email at finaid, F-I-N-A-I-D, at etsu.edu, by phone at 423-439-4300, or you can come to the office at East Tennessee State University's Bergen-Dossett Administration Building, room 105.